KZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC Conroe, and worldwide on the irlonestar.com.
Hello, I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, FM 104.5, 106.1, live streaming irlonestar.com, and we are broadcasting live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, out of the Conroe Tower in downtown Conroe. So guests today are people that are making a difference in the community. I have Debby Dykes with Network in Action. She's going to tell us all about how you can grow your business, and Missions on Wheels. They are a nonprofit serving communities with disaster relief, response, and recovery. And that'll be very interesting. So Debby will be in the first segment, and she's the franchise owner of Network in Action, Montgomery, Magnolia, Conroe area. And in the second segment, we will hear Mike Costello. He's the co-founder of Missions on Wheels. The show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic and the Lake Conroe Realty Group. Roger Stein Chiropractic, they are located at 3033 West Davis by Taco Bell and Conroe High School, treating everyone at all levels, from infants to seniors, weekend athletes to professionals, with a focus on natural, holistic healing to not only relieve pain, but achieve optimal health. Dr. Stacy Rogers holds certifications in adjusting extremities, arms, legs, hands, feet, clinical nutrition, prenatal, and pediatric care. For new patients, if you've never been to see her, it's less than $30 to go see her, and the whole amount goes to help CASA, kids in CPS custody. So, Roger Stein Chiropractic. The Lake Conroe Group serves the Montgomery County area as the best source for buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And talk to Vinny Sinisi, because it's an easy name to remember. So, a few things going on around us. If you don't know that tomorrow's Valentine's Day, you better get on it right now, because it is. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow is February 14th. And I bet y'all remember what happened February 15th 2 years ago. 2 years ago on the 15th, this week, was our little Snowageddon. I don't think that's going to happen this year, so you have no reason not to go out and get Valentine's Day gifts. So make sure you get some personal attention by going to downtown Conroe shopping. You can go to the Branding Iron for the guys, Brandley Jewelers for the girls, or get some entertainment packages at the Crichton Theater. You can get tickets to In the Heights that premiered this last weekend, and that's Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. The Piano Man, Billy Joel, will be performed by Tim Georgieff at the Crichton Theater March 3rd. You can dine out. Red Brick Tavern has singer-songwriter Greg Day, or you can listen to Love Songs with Chelsea Beach at Pacific Yard House. And when you purchase 2 entrees, you get a free cobbler. Could be a deal. Could be fun. And for a limited time, they'll have chocolate, strawberry martinis, and love bug cocktails. That kind of sounds good. Might want to try that out. Another option is the 3rd annual Valentine's Day dinner, starting at 6 p.m. at 202 Main. So they are having Lover's Lane Market. Well, they already had that. That was yesterday. So you can contact them at 202 Main for your reservations for a 3-course dinner, romantic live music, wine tasting, and, check it out. So you can also go to Margaritaville and dine there. So there are some options. What else is happening after Valentine's Day? Well, there's a lot happening this weekend. Saturday is the annual Go Texan Parade, sponsored by the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, Houston Metro Go Texan Committee, Conroe Willis The Woodlands, and the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce. And that starts at 1 o'clock downtown Conroe. Get there early because the streets will be blocked off. That's always fun. Parades are always fun. I personally love all the marching bands. I think they're spectacular. And you can also still get tickets for the Conroe Symphony Orchestra performing Music of the Silver Screen. And that is also Saturday, 7:30, Willis High School Performing Arts Center. You can go to conroesymphony.org to get those tickets. And I would be amiss if I did not mention that Saturday, February 25th, you can go to downtown Conroe over at Founders Plaza, the corner of Metcalf and Main. Suddenly I forgot. And get tree seedlings and small trees. And those are all going to be donated through Texas A&M University Forest Services, Montgomery County Master Gardeners, and Trees for Texas. So that is Saturday, February 25th. And with that, I hope you remembered all that information. We are going to take a quick break and be back with Debby Dykes.
Hey, tune in to the Bridge Podcast TX Tuesdays at 11 a.m., where we are connecting commerce with community, interviewing business owners and leaders in the community, allowing the audience to peek behind the curtain of what inspires, motivates, drives these individuals to have meaningful, positive impact in this community. For more information about the show, log into irlonestar.com/TBPTX.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
And we are back with our first session this morning, February 13th. I am sitting across from Debby Dykes. I've known Debby for several years, I'm sure. We've been around Montgomery County. And Debby is the franchise owner of Network in Action, NIA, Conroe, Montgomery, Magnolia area, right?
Correct.
Kind of all three. So
Exactly.
tell me what NIA is.
We are a professionally led business networking group. Simply, we just have a dedicated leader that helps business owners connect and grow their business through relationship building.
So you facilitate the process,
I facilitate
the
everything.
conversation.
Absolutely.
How did you get involved in this?
I was looking for something, a career, if you will, that I could do from home. My parents lived with me. I wanted to be able to work and yet support them and take care of them. So a full-time job just doesn't allow for that. So I bought into Network in Action after attending a few of their meetings and decided, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. This is a lot of fun.
Got a good fit for you.
It was perfect. I mean, I have a sales background, so I'm connecting with people anyway. And it's just fun. It's just a fun thing to do.
You enjoy it, and it's something to look forward
Yes,
to.
Definitely.
That must be challenging having your parents live with you at times.
You want to do everything that they need, but come to find out they didn't need me nearly as much as I thought. So, so it gave me an opportunity
gave
to
you
go
some
do
time.
something new, different, fun.
All right, that filled your heart.
Absolutely,
That you
yes.
enjoyed. So you like connecting people.
I do. I love meeting people. I love talking to people. I want to make sure that these people over here meet these people over here. Everybody needs to know everybody. We're good. We can support each other in ways that we just potentially don't know yet.
So how is it different than, say, a chamber?
My job is to actually sit down with individuals and connect them with other business owners. It is very focused. Each meeting has an agenda that allows us to build the relationships within the group. My sole drive is to make sure the business owners are connecting personally. I facilitate one-on-ones. I facilitate meetings.
So it's a lot more work than just showing up to a meeting.
Absolutely.
Or a meet and greet or
Yes.
something like that. They are continually, once a week, or how often seeing each other?
Once a month.
Once
But
a
we have
month.
other
Oh,
events.
okay.
We have
So
other events as well.
It's different than B&I,
Yes,
because B&Is meet every week.
correct. And we're a little more member-focused. It is all about the relationship. People will buy from people they know, like, trust.
Of course.
My job is to get them in front of those people, help them build the relationship so they can grow that business with people they know, like, and trust.
So it's like adding people to your team.
Exactly. I'm developing their sales team for them.
Because when you have those trusted relationships, then they will talk well about you in other groups. So
Yes.
it's the same group of people, but in contrast to B&I that meets every week and talks about the same people, it doesn't have to meet all the time. But then you have other events and things
Yes.
periodically?
We
Okay.
have happy hours. We have lunches together. We collaborate with other networking groups to bring more people together so you can meet more potential referral partners.
Now, is this, how do you say it? Industry, do you only have one industry partner per?
Yes, it is industry exclusive.
Okay. So, but then breaking it down, if I was a realtor, would you maybe take one commercial realtor and one residential realtor?
Yes.
And then one title person or something like that? You break it down a little bit more than just realtor, right?
Correct. So, for instance, insurance. I may have commercial. I may have home and auto. I may have title insurance. Health insurance.
Right.
And it's also I personally don't create a competitive environment. When we come together as a group, I want that health insurance person to be the only person everybody else in the group thinks of when they need health insurance. So we're not creating an environment that we're fighting over leads. It's just not like that. And these are qualified referrals. These are people we've talked to that said, hey, I need this particular person. So that way I know I'm giving you something that will help you build your business.
So, not putting down other organizations, but it's different. Do you have to use those people in your group?
It is highly suggested.
It's recommended.
It is.
Because you are like your own tribe of people that
Exactly right.
work together. Do you have to report how many side meetings you had and all that?
We do. We have more of
Accountability.
We've gamified it, so it's a little more fun than, checking, make
Paper
sure that
slips?
you're here. Yes, absolutely. And we give points, and whoever has the most points gets, a gift card, and it's a fun competition.
Okay, so it's not as structured as some others are. And it's different from chambers, because I know you're involved in chambers too.
Yes.
Because you consistently meet at a regular time and you develop those deep relationships.
Yes. We have agendas that actually help facilitate the relationship building. And allows us to get to know each member just a little better each time.
So you have a lot of people, a lot of individuals, businesses, and nonprofits involved in your organization right now.
Yes. My particular franchise has 75 members
75. Wow.
through the 4 groups. I do lead 4 groups.
Okay.
So one specifically here in Conroe, at my favorite venue, the Table at Madeley. I have one that meets at Eden Cafe, one that meets at Mescal Cantina, and one that meets at Magnolia Diner out in Old Magnolia. And if if you'll notice, there's a kind of a trend. We want to support the local restaurants as well. So this, because I buy appetizers and a drink for everybody, I'm supporting and giving back to the people that are taking care of me.
So it's broke down demographics areas.
Yes.
But if somebody wanted to go to, and they're Conroe, and they wanted to go to the Magnolia one, would that be a different membership, or how would that work? I'm getting too complicated, but I'm just asking questions.
It isn't. No, it's a different membership because we're focusing on a different area that we want to grow our businesses.
Right.
However, I'm always open for my members to come and visit other groups.
Just talk to you.
Yeah.
Just talk to you.
Exactly.
and
Come meet
get
new
to know
people.
the other people. So, nonprofits. Oh. I saw that you had at least one.
NIA loves nonprofits. Every year, one of the requirements of a franchise owner is to have some kind of community service project every year. And with that, I bring in a nonprofit into each group, and hopefully that's the nonprofit we can support for the next year. Whether it be volunteering at one of their events, or maybe it's taking up a collection, or maybe they need services that we offer or can help them with. But every year, we're doing something for a nonprofit.
It's a commitment to that organization.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
that's exciting.
Even at the local level, we all do something.
Makes
but at
you
the
more
corporate,
engaged.
At the corporate level, we do it too. So that's where our hearts are. We want to give back to our local communities. So
How many different NIAs are there in Montgomery County?
I have 4 myself. There are 5 basically south of 1488. We've got Spring, we've got Tomball, we've got East Montgomery County. And
Okay. I didn't even know you had one in East County.
And now we've gone international. We're down
Really?
in South America now.
Wow. So how long has it been around?
I'm going on my 5th year, and they started 3 years before I actually got involved in it. So, and it's been
Did
some
Stacey
phenomenal
Harris
growth.
start one of the first ones?
Yes, she was
I know
one of the
she's in the
first 2
Woodlands.
franchisees. Excuse me.
How long ago was that?
7 years now.
Has it been that long? Okay. Interesting. So tell me the different times you meet.
Typically, we start a meeting from 3:30 to 5 because I don't want to impose on your work time. Typically, the afternoon seems to slow down a little bit, and we're all business owners. It's not fair for me to take time away from running their business. So we meet the second Tuesday and Thursday of the week from 3:30 to 5. On the Wednesday this week, it's also 3:30 to 5. But my Magnolia group is 8:30 to 10 in case you can't make an afternoon meeting. So, and if for some reason you can't make your typical meeting on the third Wednesday of every month, you can actually come to another meeting in my groups, and you're still attending. You're still making it up. Absolutely.
Okay, so
We want you to be engaged.
What kind of commitment does a business owner have when they join NIA?
It's really very simple. I ask that you attend 11 of our 12 meetings throughout the year. I mean, I get some stuff happens and we can't be there. Or send a substitute, typical of a networking group, and pass 12 referrals to the people within your group. Support them, help them build
That's
their
pretty
business.
easy.
It really is. And I ask that, it's okay if you take a couple of months to get to know everybody. Get to know what the perfect referral is or the person that they need to see, then send the referral. Get to know them, understand what best helps them with their business. Then you make a better referral to them.
You're pretty passionate about this.
I am. I enjoy
good.
I enjoy it a lot.
And I bet it gets better as time goes on.
It does.
Because you get to know more people.
And I've made some friends that I know will be lifelong. And we do things together. I support them even when we're not part of the NIA meeting. I'm just doing
It's a
things.
relationship.
It is. It's a
Which has no
long-term relationship.
boundaries necessarily.
Absolutely right.
So is it a year commitment or how does
It
that
is
work?
12 months. And we actually have a trial membership. Come try out a network in action and see the people, meet the people, see what we do. And then, because I'm pretty confident you're going to like it, join the group. Just check us out.
Right. How many people do you have in your Conroe group right now?
24.
It seems like a lot.
And I say we don't necessarily want to keep it small, but we want to keep it so it's more personal.
Right.
It's not so big that you don't know everybody in the room well.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So what kind of industries are you open to at this point?
Really, my focus is finding business owners, air conditioning. The trades are always a great industry for us to support. My mortgage company, my real estate agents, those folks create a list of referrals that they can send out to every buyer, every seller.
Right.
So they are
bunch of partners.
phenomenal. Yes.
Yeah.
And, each one of us support, if there's a plumber in the group, I'm going to call that guy first if I ever have plumbing issues. Same with the AC company. They're going to be my go-to, period. And that's the mentality of everybody in the group.
Roofer, anything like that, because
Absolutely.
it's a trusted reference. And they know if it's not good, that's not going to be good for everybody.
You're right.
Because you're a trusted person. So
One thing that's unique about us is we do a background check on the owner of the company. Because I don't want to send my friend, my family to you, or have them come into the house of my friend or family and not be able to trust them.
if there's anything questionable about
Right.
it.
You're exactly right. And I've never, ever had an issue. However, I don't ever want to have an issue, period.
Of course. Of course.
These are my friends. I want to
So
take
you
care
have
of them.
confidence when you bring somebody in.
Yes.
It's not just about the money. I mean, this
Oh,
is a business.
It
but
is true.
your reputation's on the line, too.
Absolutely right. And you mess up a reputation, it is really tough to correct that. So we do these things so I don't have to worry about that. I know that you're going to be taken care of.
You're good.
You're
You're good.
good. Yep. Absolutely correct.
So what is the thing you like most about NIA over the years?
The fact that I really love meeting new people. Obviously, I'm a talker. Got that one figured out on my own. But meeting the new people, connecting them with those in my group, whether they join the group or not, I just want to make sure everyone knows who's in the group and how wonderful they are. I just enjoy socializing with these people. I like talking with people. I like exposing my friends' businesses.
Making their life better.
Absolutely. That's my, and it makes my heart, makes
Sure.
my heart happy because I can help them.
I totally understand that. I love that as well. So we've talked about the organization. What's the best way to connect with you?
You can reach me via email, which is Debby, Debby, at networkinaction.com, or you can call me. My number is 832-409-2480. And, actually, even on our website, you can go visit a movie. You can go visit any one of the groups across the United States. And there's a search area in our website that allows you to find a group that's perfect for you.
It's pretty easy to navigate because I looked at that today. Yeah, and you go to Network in Action, and then you scroll down to the state. You scroll down to what town.
Yes.
And then it just tells you, and when they meet and all of that. So it's
Correct.
fairly easy to navigate, which is always a blessing because if you get frustrated, you're like, yeah, no, this is too complicated.
We're very fortunate. We have over 70 franchise owners. Oh, gosh. Each one of us has minimum 3 groups. So you're looking at a number of franchises.
There's a lot of
across-
opportunities.
And there is. And it's all over the country. So you don't necessarily have to be in Conroe to be part of an NIA.
So I'm curious, since BNIs is such a big thing, did this idea come from somebody who was in a BNI? Or do you even know?
The franchisor started Network in Action because his wife was a real estate agent, commercial real estate agent, and that's one of the seats in any networking group that is filled quickly.
Right.
And there's always a waiting list. And he was very, very adamant about getting his wife into some kind of networking group. So he's like, well, I'll just create my own.
Yes, sure.
I'll just start my own group.
Yeah.
And that's how we
how it
got
went.
started. Exactly. And it started out with, meeting 1 or 2 people, and then it would build to 5 and 6 and 10. Next thing you know, we've got 70 franchise owners over the last 7 years, and we're doing incredibly
That's
well,
fast.
having a great time doing it.
So do y'all meet collectively
Yes,
periodically?
we do. We have usually a quarterly citywide networking event open to everybody. And it's literally from Galveston to Conroe, Dallas, that we all come together and network. We also have other franchise owners like myself up in this area, the Katy location, the Woodlands locations, the East County locations all come together and have quarterly networking events as well. So our
And then
job
do
is
you
to
meet
get
together,
you
the
connected.
franchise owners, just to have little powwows too?
We do. We're actually flying at the end of the month to Las Vegas.
Oh.
So we'll have a conference in addition to the International Franchise Association get together, where we'll put our heads together, kind of refine what we're doing, learn from each other, and develop even stronger networking
It's
opportunities.
inspiring
Oh, it
and
is
motivating.
Yes, very much so. Very
So
much
are
so.
there still opportunities for people to get involved as franchise owners?
Yes. Now the Houston area is pretty
Pretty saturated.
We're pretty much at capacity. However, there are other states, there are other cities, Dallas, Galveston, Austin. I mean,
You may have to move.
I might have to. Yeah, yeah, but that's okay.
But
You'll
first
enjoy
of
it.
all, let's bring it down and just come visit you.
Let's start there.
Let's start there
You won't want to go anywhere else.
and visit one of your three groups, Magnolia, Montgomery, Conroe, and you have one this week. Two this week? How many you have
Two
this
this week. Actually, we have one that's tomorrow afternoon. Granted, I know it's Valentine's Day, but it'll be fun. We'll meet at Black Walnut Cafe over on Research Forest in the Woodlands. That's actually in conjunction with one of the Network in Action Woodlands groups. So that will be a great event. And then Wednesday on the 15th at 3:30, we're down here at the table at Madeley. So come join us. I would love to have. We love guests. We just
jump in. Do they have to tell you if they're coming by, or should they tell you?
They should.
They should.
But
But you won't close the door.
No, absolutely not. And
Okay.
I'll feed them some appetizers and get them a drink.
Okay,
You know.
and meet some new people, and then see
Yes.
what you think.
Absolutely correct. We love guests. You know, like again, it's all about my members. However, let me introduce
You probably
to
know
my
somebody when you go as a guest. You probably know.
And if you
truly
don't,
do.
I'll make sure you do. I'll introduce
Well,
you.
now they know you.
They do.
Okay.
Perfect.
So Debby Dykes, networkinaction.com, and she's also available on Facebook. You have
Yes.
a Facebook page, and hopefully you can just reach out to her and learn more about it. All of the information is in this video. It's on Conroe Culture News and on YouTube. So, and I'm sure that Debbie will share this video later.
Oh, absolutely correct. I can't wait.
Okay. Thank you, Debbie. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
A Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone. Addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information, Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
What is homelessness? Have you seen parents struggle to find a job without having transportation or childcare? What about the children sleeping in cars with nothing to eat? Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
Hey, tune in to the Bridge Podcast TX Tuesdays at 11 a.m., where we are connecting commerce with community, interviewing business owners and leaders in the community, allowing the audience to peek behind the curtain of what inspires, motivates, drives these individuals to have meaningful, positive impact in this community. For more information about the show, log into irlonestar.com/TBPTX.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers understand how their food choices impact their health by making the connection to agriculture. Learning about how food is grown and produced, and how consumers can make better food choices for themselves and their families, Path to the Plate is all about dispelling myths and misconceptions. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
And we are back. In my second segment today, I am speaking with Mike Costello, co-founder of Missions on Wheels. And that's not mission, it's missions with an S. I am your host, Margie Taylor. Today's February 13th, so we're going to visit with Mike a little bit about Missions on Wheels, what they do, and I bet they're an organization you've never heard of. They are a nonprofit. Mike, how long have y'all been in service?
We are in our 13th year.
13 years. Oh, my goodness.
Right.
So you help with all kinds of things related to disaster relief, response, and recovery.
Correct. We provide the shower trailers and bunk trailers and now laundry trailers to support both disaster response from day one after landfall up to 3, 4, 5 years post landfall, all the way through long-term recovery.
So a disaster can be a hurricane, a tornado, a flood.
Anything and everything, yes.
Fire.
Yes.
A disaster.
A disaster. And typically for us to get called in, it has to be a major event where infrastructure is lacking or damaged within the community. You take Florida and Hurricane Ian, or even Texas with Hurricane Harvey. There's not a lot of infrastructure left, and volunteers and first responders need a place to stay, need a place to shower, and and that's where we step in. You take the recent tornadoes in Houston, the Pearland area. It's a relatively small event. Infrastructure on either side of the destruction path is in place, and there's a lot of facilities still available. So we typically don't do tornadoes unless it's a huge event. But yeah, pretty much everything else will get us spun up and on the road.
Who contacts you?
It's a variety of organizations. So we have some phenomenal partners with Team Rubicon, which they're a global disaster relief nonprofit. Inspiritus Disaster Relief, which we're working with in Florida currently. We've been contacted by the state of Texas, the state of Louisiana, and we'll work with anybody. Trailers don't do any good sitting still.
Have you ever worked with Montgomery County?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Disasters? Mercy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tropical Storm Imelda, Hurricane Harvey. We actually deployed equipment for into Montgomery County for swiftwater rescue. Our partners at Team Rubicon called, needed beds and showers. They wanted to get boats in the water as quick as possible. And as the rain bands were moving across Houston, we set up a shower trailer and a bunk trailer in the Woodlands. And that evening, they rolled in with 6 boats and got in the water.
I guess that's kind of things that people don't think about. That when you have a whole team out there, whether they're linemen or with Entergy, because you need to have the power on or whatever it is, they're out there for a period of time.
Correct.
So you provide living quarters, hygiene, showers. You don't do the food or any of that.
No,
but you have the hard equipment they need. So
Correct.
Not the consumables necessarily.
Correct. We kind of consider ourselves enablers in a good way. We enable the first responders to continue their jobs, as well as the volunteers. They've got to have a place to stay. They need a comfortable bed. They need clean showers. They need lots of food. But there are a lot of organizations and restaurants that just donate food. We're blessed in Montgomery County that so many businesses step up to support the communities when there is a need. Unfortunately, there's not very many bunk trailers available in Texas, much less Montgomery County.
Again, it's something you just don't think about. What is the name of the group out of Louisiana?
Oh, there's several. Cajun Navy?
That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
I knew it had Navy. I couldn't remember what they were. So do they partner with you as well?
We have not partnered with them yet. They have had, they get a lot of support, and I don't know if they've got their own equipment or what. But we've talked to them a couple of times. Logistically, it just never worked out to be able to partner with them.
So right now, you have you're laughing. you have trailers in Florida.
We have I lose count, seven trailers in Florida right now. It looks like we're sending 2 more by probably mid-March. So we have 4 of our 16-bed bunk trailers there right now. 3 of our 7 shower, 1 laundry combination units there right now. Last week we took a phone call from the Pine Island Long-Term Recovery Group to discuss bringing in more bunk trailers. The closest place that volunteers can stay to work on Pine Island is about an hour away in Fort Myers, and that happens to be our other base of operations in Fort Myers. So.
And why is that? Because it's not conducive to having trailers anywhere closer, not a stable environment, or
there's just
why?
So much damage.
Stability and things like that.
Right.
Okay.
There is so much damage. I don't know how to
It's
describe it.
just not a good place to be.
It's not a good place to be. So
Yeah.
I'm actually flying back to Florida this coming Sunday, and I'll be there for a week. We're going to meet with a group on Pine Island and see if we can work out the logistics and get some trailers there.
This is a major endeavor.
It is. It is. Our little organization that gets by on a roughly $200,000 annual budget will make a close to $1 million impact or more in Florida.
So what do you need?
Just this
What do
year.
you need to make this work better for you?
Oh, the list is long.
Okay, what is the biggest need you have? Funds, I'm sure.
Funding helps a lot. So we try very, very hard not to send a bill to our partner organizations. Every dollar we take out of their budget is a dollar that does not get used to help a homeowner recover from the disaster. So we try very hard not to take their money. But that said, right now it's costing us about $1,500 a trailer just to get to Florida. And then we've got all the moving parts on the ground, getting trailers located, relocated, get them set up, moved where they need to be. We've moved trailers I don't know how many times in the last 4 months since Hurricane Ian hit. So funding is a big part of it. Sadly, that's the crux of it is it comes down to money to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
We are not paid by FEMA. We don't get reimbursed by FEMA. That's the first question everybody asks. That must
You're not
pay
a government
great.
agency or anything like that.
No. We try very hard to help the local governments match their FEMA matching funds and not take money out of the community.
So you've been in operation 13 years.
Correct.
Do you apply for grants and things like that?
We do. It's tough because we are such a niche, and we don't work just locally yet. And we can get into that
Work
a little
nationwide.
bit later. We have right. We'll respond wherever the need is. We've been from Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, North Carolina, Kentucky, Iowa, Nebraska. We'll go wherever the need is.
What got you into this, Mike?
God woke me up at 2:30 one morning and wouldn't let me go back to sleep until I started writing down this crazy, intense dream that I was having. Then we prayed about it. My wife encouraged me to pray about it. I thought it was just bad pizza from the night before. But it's been incredibly humbling to start with a 14-foot single axle cargo trailer to where we are right now, supporting multiple disasters in multiple states. And we've got partners all over the country now that we get calls from to support their mission.
So the state government, wherever you're at, let's say Florida, they don't pull in troops to help you or anything like that?
Not, so they do on the response side, and I say they do. They don't necessarily help us. So they will fund some of our larger partner organizations just to make sure that they're going to be on the ground, and then they'll call us. Our partners will give us a call for whatever support they need to stand up their operations. We showed up in Florida. We actually left Kentucky from the flood event, staged in Atlanta, knowing that Hurricane Ian was inbound. We got on the ground and operational October 2nd in Punta Gorda, Florida, and we're still there. We're still working in Florida. We're going to be there for at least the next 2 years.
Is there anybody who has the same mission as you that you're aware of?
No, not that I know of. We are one of one, and that
So you're unique.
we're
You
unique.
offer a service that nobody else is doing.
Correct. And we gear it toward the nonprofit sector. We try not to work with the for-profit companies, and we really want to support our nonprofit partners because they're the ones on the ground doing the hard work.
Like the American Red Cross and some of them.
Yep, Red Cross, Team Rubicon, the Inspiritus Disaster Relief, Rapid Relief Ministries. There's so many that are on the ground that a lot of folks have never heard of, and they're just doing the work and helping the homeowners out.
So you're based in Montgomery.
Correct.
Montgomery in Montgomery County.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a 5-acre ranch
We do.
out there, and that's where the trailers live, so to speak,
Yes.
when they're not in motion
When they're,
somewhere.
Yep. When they're home. That's
And
where
how
they're
often are they like there, living there? Not that often lately.
Well, so we had very few trailers.
How many do you have altogether?
We have 24, I believe. I lose count.
Something like that. Okay.
And everything was deployed out during Hurricane Harvey, after Hurricane Harvey, right up until March of 2020 when COVID hit. Then everything just kind of shut down. So everything's been kind of stagnant since then. We've deployed on a couple of hurricanes and obviously a couple of flood events in Kentucky, hurricanes in Louisiana, but they were all smaller operations. So Hurricane Ian has been the big one after Harvey for us. So we are working with our partners now to just try to meet the needs. So I get crazy ideas from time to time, like currently we have a shower trailer in Orange, Texas that they're just using the laundry facilities in. And with all of our stuff, all of our trailers deployed to Florida now, we really, really need to get that shower trailer back. But the laundry trailer is the laundry facility on that trailer is the only thing allowing that team that's there to do their work. So I lost my mind about a month ago on January 15th, and we decided to convert one of our cargo trailers into a laundry trailer. And I finished all the plumbing and everything on it this morning before I came here.
Wow.
So we're going to test it the rest of this week, probably run a couple loads of laundry and get it sent out to Orange so we can bring our shower trailer back.
That's amazing. So do you have a staff?
One.
Oh my. So these are all, so you have volunteers? Do you have a base of volunteers?
We have a small but pretty dedicated team of volunteers. They actually came out and did a lot of the work that first weekend on the laundry trailer conversion. We had a couple of projects going on that weekend. We call them our support team, because they make it possible for me to carry out these things that I lose my mind that we need to do or need to build. So they do make it possible for us, and they're a pretty phenomenal crew.
Sounds like you really need them. So you need to get the word out. You need to get the word out that this is what you do. And you have living quarters, you have laundry, you can accommodate, I have on here 64 first responders and volunteers, roughly.
Yeah, so in total, we have, you're going to make me do math now, aren't you? It's 125 beds and 54 shower heads, and now seven laundry units. So we can accommodate a pretty good sized crew. And then we've got one trailer that we're actually using for our office right now, that if push came to shove, we would deploy it and be able to use it for a command trailer, command and control.
Sounds like you're going all the time.
Pretty much. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So you need partners. You need more partners.
We do need partners. Recently we purchased this land in Montgomery, just north of Montgomery. We call it Missions Ranch because we run missions out of it, so it seemed fitting. And knowing the need for long-term disaster recovery, we've dealt with it here in Montgomery County in 2017 and 2018 with Harvey and Imelda. And it's hard for a church or any business to give up the amount of space that it takes to do long-term recovery for the length of time that it takes to do long-term recovery.
And long-term is deemed as how long? Over a few months? Year?
Years, plural.
Yeah.
There are still homes in Houston that are being worked on from Hurricane Harvey. There are still homes in Orange being worked on from Harvey. So don't know when that ends. Typically the funding runs out for it after 3 to 5 years. But that doesn't mean it's over. It just means that the money's not there to do the work anymore.
So what's next?
So our goal with this property is to be able to house volunteers on the campus and their equipment to respond to the next disaster that hits Montgomery County or Southeast Texas. That's where the 64 volunteers comes into play. In addition to the 125 beds that we have in the trailers, the campus will be able to house 64 volunteers roughly, plus warehouse space, plus laundry capacity, and then acreage to park all their trailers and equipment and things that they need to carry out the job.
Do you partner with the food bank or any of the other larger nonprofits here in Montgomery County?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Once we right now Missions Ranch is dirt with a little bit of hard pack on it. So
have you met with any of them? Have you talked to them?
No.
You talked to Jason Millsaps?
We've talked to Jason a couple of times now, and we've got a meeting. I think it's tomorrow with a engineering firm to go over the final engineering plans for the site.
That's good.
We've got a couple of contractors that we're talking to. I don't want to throw them under the bus yet, but we're hoping that they're going to step in and help us out quite a bit. And then kind of that's where the food bank comes in at some point to supply the needs once the building's up and once we're operational. We're going to do whatever we can to help our community out.
Of course. I mean,
it's what we do.
Something's going to happen inevitably.
Yes.
Things do. And you just have to be prepared for it.
Exactly.
It's the best thing to do. So what is the best way to reach you if somebody wanted to donate funds or volunteers or anything like that?
So probably the easiest way, since I'm traveling so much right now, is through our website. It's missionsonwheels.org. Don't miss any of the S's or you won't get there. But we've got a sign-up page for our volunteers. There are 3 different volunteer teams. We have a support team that we mentioned. We have our deployment team, which has been busy moving trailers from Texas to Florida, and then our operations team, which we're hoping to engage now that the trailers have kind of stabilized in Florida, so that our operations team will be the ones going out, doing the inspections, making sure everything's staying clean, making sure that the teams are taking care of our equipment for us.
Sure.
While they have it. So, but you can sign up for any of those on our website. Obviously, the donations page is on the website, and you can donate online through Venmo and Zelle or PayPal or by mail, or if you've got some unique donation suggestions, there are a couple of emails on their email addresses. They can reach out, and they all go to my wife, thankfully, because she's the one that runs that department, not me. But
so does she leave and go with you out there, or she stay at home base and handle that stuff?
she stays at home. She's got a regular 9 to 5 outside of the organization.
Wow.
So yes, and it's she stays busy.
I'm sure. It sounds very massive.
It
busy.
Can be daunting at times.
Yeah.
And luckily, her employer is very gracious with allowing her time off to do what needs to be done to help us out. So she works at actually one of our supporting churches.
Wonderful.
Which is
just need to
pretty
get
awesome.
more churches involved and other organizations, because everybody knows somebody.
Exactly.
And
that's just it. Is a lot of employers in Montgomery County know somebody or have somebody on staff that was impacted by Harvey or Imelda, and may still be impacted by one of those two flood events. And our goal with Missions Ranch is to just not leave any excuses for volunteers not to come. We want to be able to provide the housing, provide the infrastructure for them to deploy and help our residents.
Well, I love it. I'm glad I can help you get out the word a little bit.
I sure appreciate it.
I know your time is very valuable. But it's just a good way of getting it out and letting people know what you're doing and how they can engage and help you achieve your goals.
Absolutely.
So again, that's Missions, S on the end, Missions, Missions on Wheels.
Correct.
.org.
Yes, ma'am.
Google it, find it, connect with them, and they need our assistance for local, statewide, nationwide service to our fellow Americans that are going through a disaster.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and thank you to our sponsors. We have Roger Stein Chiropractic and the Lake Conroe Realty Group. We will talk again next Monday.